Hey everyone, it's Hannah. For my differentiation strategy, I chose to focus on task cards, and I chose this because I use task cards a lot in my classroom and I wanted to explain kind of some of the how and why behind that. So first of all, what are task cards? As many of you probably know, task cards are a set of cards that each have a question or prompt targeting a specific skill. So like in this example that I have here, the task cards are for practicing identifying pronouns. Students then receive an answer sheet, kind of like this one, to record their responses to each card, and then the number on the recording sheet corresponds to the number on the card. So the goal of using task cards is really to be able to support a variety of different instructional styles. They can be used in so many different contexts. They can be used for independent work. I do this by hanging cards around the room and having students bounce from card to card, having their answer sheet on their clipboard. They can also be used for group work, so each group can be given a set of cards to work through together, maybe at their table, and it can be used for whole group instruction. So I do this sometimes by like showing a card under the document camera and having students work out the answers all at the same time. Sometimes this isn't on their answer sheet, it's just on a whiteboard. You can make it into a game. There's just an infinite number of possibilities here. So the why behind task cards is really to provide a fun and flexible alternative to worksheets. A lot of students just get so tired of worksheets and are often overwhelmed by multi-question worksheets that are just such a daunting task. And so task cards really help it to feel more like a game and like a fun activity. And by placing them around the room, it allows them for a lot more independence and autonomy, and which they love. And on the teacher's end, it's really a really easy resource to create and can also be used as a form of assessment. So I wanted to just briefly explain how I've used this specifically to differentiate within my classroom. These are some task cards. They look a little bit different because the answer to each of these problems corresponds to their little answer sheet with whatever the answer to the problem is where the letter goes here. It makes a little code. I think this one was silly spaghetti. Anyway, but this was for practicing some division. So I had a couple of different sets of task cards. I had this one for those who were kind of new to three-digit division, and then I also had this one for students who are a little more comfortable with that and were ready to kind of practice telling the difference between multiplication word problems and division word problems to get practice with that. And so I had everybody start on this first level, and I had cut them out and put them on little yellow pieces of paper, and then I had them move on to blue if they were ready. And so this was just a great way to allow students to take on whatever task they were ready for.